Good morning. I am out on a walk with Lane and the dog, and we're just enjoying some nice fresh air. It feels really good here in Texas right now. The weather in the mornings is nice and mild and windy, and so we're enjoying some fresh air. The older kids, of course, are in school, so that's what we're doing right now. Curtis is working, so we're just enjoying some of this fresh air. There is currently so many things going on right now. Side note also, I am currently listening to the new season of Something Was Wrong. If you like to listen to podcasts, it's not quite true crime in like the murder sense, but if you've ever listened to this podcast before, it's really, really good. It's just really about, you know, trusting your gut instincts when, you know, things seem wrong, right? Which I had just had that incident, if you watched my last video, about almost getting scammed and just really learning how to figure out when something is just not right, following your gut in that aspect. So I'm listening to the new season and it is pretty good. I'm very interested to see how the rest of the story unfolds. But anyway, I am really hoping that there's going to be like a big video that goes up before this, but if not, whatever. But to fill you in, we are moving, which is so incredibly insane. I cannot believe that I'm saying this, because I would have to do another video just talking about our relocation here from Charleston, South Carolina to Austin, Texas, and all of the things that came along with it. One including like how much stress and just so much stress that we went through to get our house that we're in now built. Lots of different things just transpired over that process, and our house, we love our house so much. It's so crazy. We love our house, we love our neighborhood, we love the kids' school, and so the fact that we're doing this is totally insane. Okay, sorry. The dog went to the bathroom, so I had to do my part and get that cleaned up. But anyway, so if you went back a few videos, you would see that I had a big interview last month and it worked out, and I am so stinking excited because a couple of months ago I made a video just about dealing with the disappointment of not getting my dream job, because here in Austin, so I'm a registered nurse, and I came out to Austin with experience doing surgical nursing, and my goal always was to be in labor and delivery. And so I came out here and got a postpartum job because it's difficult without labor and delivery experience to go straight into labor and delivery. And so I came into postpartum thinking that that was my step forward into labor and delivery. And at the beginning of the year, I finally applied and interviewed and everything for my hospital, my floor, and it didn't work out. And I was very disappointed in them, because it just wasn't cool. It wasn't right. And so anyway, ever since that, sorry, there's a lot of construction in our neighborhood. Ever since that, I have been just ready to go, honestly. Like, I know that seems really dramatic to want to go because of one job, and I could apply to other places here, but to be honest, I don't really care about being in Austin. I'm not saying like it's bad or anything like that, but I think that for our stage in life and where we're at, it doesn't really fit our family. And honestly, probably the pandemic probably played a big role in that, because everything shut down, and so we just weren't able to go out and explore as much as we wanted to. And so I just think for me, the time was now to really capitalize on the housing market for us, because it just completely changes our financial situation. And so that is what we're doing. And so our house is under contract. A lot has been going on over the last few weeks, and it's just so crazy because we have not been in our house for even a full year yet. And so we're over here just like thriving on chaos, making huge moves and changes for our family, and I'm so incredibly excited, but sorry for the wind, but extremely nervous and anxious about this big move. And so there's gonna be more to come on all of that, but I kind of wanted to just come on this walk, and I just kind of wanted to talk out some of these things, because oh, that lighting, because there are just so many things going on, and it's so exciting. There's a lot of stuff that I am not looking forward to. We are, unfortunately, and I will do a whole video on what it was like when we first moved here. We did live in an apartment because we had never been out here to Austin, and so we didn't know where we wanted to live. And we lived in an apartment. What was supposed to be really short term turned into over a year, and it was probably one of the most awful experiences as far as living situations go that I have ever experienced. Okay, sorry, my battery died, so I had to go back to the house and get a new battery for the camera. But what I was saying was just that living in an apartment when we came here was just so awful. We had a really terrible neighbor. You know, we had 3 kids at the time I was pregnant, and so you know, with kids, you know, there is a certain, without like going too much into the whole story, like we were unfortunately on the 2nd floor of this apartment, and it was like an apartment where you had a garage and you went upstairs, like the stairs to get to it were inside, so it was like built like a townhouse, but it wasn't, because it was still a 2nd floor apartment. So anyway, when we first moved here, our downstairs neighbor was awful. I am sorry, she was a lunatic. And so I'll leave it there, because I may do like a full video on just our whole experience here in Austin. I mean, there's just so many things. But anyway, so I'm not looking forward to, unfortunately, it's working out to where we're gonna have to be short-term in an apartment when we first get to where we're going. And that's gonna be awful. But I'm hoping, like, we're gonna be a 1st floor this time, and I'm hoping that it's not gonna be as awful. Just with the way that the housing market is, I mean, every single house that we even think remotely fits into something that we would like, it's gone the next day. I mean, it's crazy. And it's funny because we've been on the seller side for the last couple of weeks, and so to be on the buyer side is so stressful. And so anyway, we're gonna take 7 months is gonna be our lease term, and if we find something, then we'll just pay and break that lease sooner. Sorry, I'm just keeping my eye on lane. we'll just pay to break the lease sooner if we find a house that we love. The problem is really we probably find a house, like, there's not a lot that we really love, something, especially because we already know we're gonna have to most likely pay higher than it's appraised for, unfortunately, in this market. I guess it depends on what the timing is gonna be. So I'm not willing to spend a lot more unless I truly love something. And for our last 2 homes, we did builds. Like, we built our first home together, and then we obviously just built the home that we're in now. I mean, not like, it's not custom, you know, it's semi-custom, I think is what it's considered. So anyway, I am so excited. I think that both Kurt and I feel the only things that we love, truly love about it in Austin is our house, is our neighborhood. We have great neighbors. The school district is great. But ultimately that's all that Austin has to offer our family. I think that if you're young, and in my opinion, I mean, I think there are some kid-friendly things to do, but I think San Antonio would be better for a family than Austin. There's a lot of parks, lots of waterfalls and natural springs and things like that to do here. So if you're really outdoorsy, I think you would really love it here. The downtown area is gorgeous. You can paddleboard on the river downtown. So I mean, there's lots of outdoor activities and fun things to do as far as that goes. But for me here in Austin, it's missing something for me. Like back home in Charleston, we have the beach, we have a lot of historic things to go and do, all the different things. So anyway, that's that. It's so crazy. I cannot believe that this is happening. I went into applying for this job with full exception, or like fully accepting that it wasn't going to work out, because like I said, you need to have experience in most labor and deliveries before you get hired. And so not having that experience, I really just didn't think it was going to happen. But I mean, it happened within a week. I mean, the whole like beginning to the end, it was 1 week, and I just could not be more excited. The director of the labor and delivery, if I didn't mention, it is a labor and delivery job in a brand new hospital. The director, I already just feel so accepted into their family. I got like a handwritten note, and that was just, there are little things that make you feel appreciated in your work environment, and that's one of them. You know, someone that takes time out of their day to handwrite something, you know, I think is just so sweet. And, you know, added me onto the Facebook page, and so I'm absolutely thrilled to be going on this journey and starting what sorry, there's a loud truck. Starting what I always wanted to do when I became a nurse. And so now it's finally happening, and I'm so excited, and I look forward to bringing you guys through this whole journey, because it is gonna get wild and crazy. We decided the most cost-effective way, I don't know if you have seen like the new U-Haul boxes that they get. You can get them delivered. U-Haul actually will, oh, hold on, Lane, no baby, come here. U-Haul basically created like a pods system, and they outsource moving, like a moving company as well for you, that will come in and help to load up all your stuff. So this is all happening next week. It's currently September 9th. And so that will be happening. They'll be getting delivered next week. We'll be getting loaded up next week. And we're still trying to figure out exactly what the timeline for getting out of here is gonna be. We're looking at maybe Saturday the 18th. I'm not quite sure when this will go up, and I'm not quite sure if we're gonna have like a really cool video go up first. If I don't, I'm sorry to let you down. And this is just the way that it worked out. It is like absolutely insane. And so we have moving boxes coming. We're using the U-Haul service, so they come, they'll drop the boxes off, we'll get it all loaded up, and a couple days later they'll come and pick them up, transport them to where we're going, and then either store them or we will unload them at the apartment. I'm trying to figure out exactly, because we're going down to 3 bedrooms. We're already getting rid of so much stuff, which is one of my favorite things about moving, is just purging all the junk that you collect. I mean, even when you like move to a new place and you swear you're not going to collect a bunch of crap, you always have like 4 or 5 drawers full of nothing. So we're purging all that. We're purging furniture. There was furniture pieces that we had intended to get rid of once we moved and replace it, but we just never got to that. And so, which actually works out because I really want to downsize, to be honest, in our next house. Our house currently is like 3,200 square feet, and even though I realize that we have a big family, it's just too much. It really is. Yeah, you know, the being in that small apartment during the like the beginning of the pandemic, I just could not wait for more space. Are you reading? I could not wait for more space because it is just a lot. And so it's crazy. The kids are excited, but they're nervous. You know, this is gonna be Luna, my oldest. She's 10 and she's in 5th grade. So this is the last year of elementary school. And so I'm really hoping that we get settled and we stay put for a little while. Even like as far as the apartment goes, I'm trying so hard to keep her in the school district and keep them all in the school district that we intend to actually buy a home in. So it's just crazy. It's so exciting though. I'm just so excited. I think it's so crazy because I had never really moved away from home until we moved here, and by home it's Charleston, that's where I'm from. And so moving out here was just so exciting. You know, I think that a lot of times we feel like we can't move away from home, that we have just such a connection and such a, I don't know, attachment to our homes, that we forget that there's so much out there. There's so, I mean, we talk about even at some point doing overseas for some, you know, short period of time, just how exciting that could be, and beneficial for kids to be immersed in another culture. So anyway, I feel like I'm rambling on at this point. I'm just so excited. These are the things that are happening, and they're happening very quickly. And if you're like me, I have a lot of anxiety in the prep and the anticipation of everything. And so I'm just ready for it to be, I mean, it's fully in motion. The whole thing is in motion. But it's like you want to actively be doing it. You want to go from your point A to point B and just be settled, right? I mean, it's crazy. It's so exciting. I am so excited. This is just, expected it to happen like this. I never anticipated us moving from our beautiful house. I mean, it's really, you know, I don't want to use the word dream home so much as, I mean, it's just a perfect home for us. There's a lot of things that aren't perfect, which I think that's like everywhere, right? I mean, nowhere you live is going to be 100% perfect, but it's an amazing house, and I'm going to be really sad to leave it, but I kind of am glad that like I didn't bring like Lane home. I mean, we took her home from the hospital to that crappy apartment. It wasn't a crappy apartment. It was fine. But so there's no like real emotional attachment to the house. It's just, I'm proud of us for the house. So it's crazy. It's exciting. We're doing it. There's going to be so much happening, so many things to show and share over, I mean, really, I mean, there's going to be a lot that's coming up. And so I hope that you will stick around, and also maybe give me some ideas, maybe around the coast to Airbnb or something, you know, like the Gulf, all of that. So let me know. I will check in later or not.
I think a lot.
Okay, what are you most excited about with our move?
Being debt free.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I think I'll sleep better every night.
You think so?
Even if it's only like 2% better every night. That's a lot.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Yeah. What are you most sad about?
This house. My walking trail. I love my walking trail.
Yeah.
It's the best break ever. The best lunch break. I love to take my little walk around our little pond. It's great.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll find something else.
I guarantee we'll get a new park, pond, walking trail situation. I mean, maybe not
I
at
don't know about
first.
that, because this is so close that I can do it on, you know, just my little, you know, the breaks in my shift that isn't necessarily a lunch break. I only get 15 minutes. I can walk it in 15 minutes. I don't know that I'm going to be close enough to do that somewhere else.
I mean, but it doesn't have to be like the same scenery, right? It can still be 15 minutes of just a nice walk,
Yeah,
with
maybe.
pretty scenery.
Maybe. We'll see what the scenery is.
Plus it'll be new scenery, right?
Yeah. But if I'm just looking at boxes on streets, square houses, I mean,
Little
okay.
boxes on the
It'll be
side.
fine.
Little boxes.
Little boxes? Can I see?
Let me know if you know what that's from.
Little boxes.
She does not know what that's from. FYI.
You don't know her. You don't know her story.
Lennon, are you excited to move?
Yeah, there's 2 more days.
2 more weeks.
Yeah, 2 more weeks.
It's so exciting.
Yes!
Okay.
Look at my magic band.
Wow.
That's Elsa.
That is Elsa from our last Disney trip. They got into the junk drawer. with all
Junk
these-
drawer.
Yep, the junk drawer
Junk drawer.
with all the magic bands in it.
The magic bands in it.
Are you- Okay. This is
Oh.
copycat.
Okay, this is a copycat.